Hello, JP.
Hello, TY. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
That's good. Yeah, it's raining. I was going to go for a walk, but I am not going to be able to go for one right now. And it's kind of chilly outside too. So the temperature dropped. But nevertheless, welcome to Across the Waters, where we are more alike than we are not. So today we are going to be talking about America versus Nigeria and the economy and how the effect of the economy is on the generation, how both places are dealing with this economy. So, would you like to start us out?
Oh, okay. Um, first of all, I want to say thanks to all our viewers. I know it's been a while. We've been here. It's been a while now. But regarding the topic you just mentioned, that's a good topic. Are you there?
Yes. So, how is the economy over there at this moment in Nigeria?
Oh, the economy in Nigeria right now, it's really, really bad. I mean, I can't say the economy is going good because there are inflations and the money cannot really afford a lot of things. And this is affecting a lot of people, especially the younger generation. Because I don't want to say the older generation. If you are 60 years and above, I can say you're part of the problem. You cause the chaos. So it's 50 years and above, you're the problem. And the younger generation, it's so sad that they have to deal with, the inflations that are caused by the older generation in sense that when you're 60 years and above, that means you were able to acquire land in a very cheaper rate. And you selling this land, triple, and let me say, like much more the amount you bought the land, which is quite very greedy if we have to look at it. And now the younger generation, they are earning the money that you take 20 to 30 years to make. They earn it in a month, and yet they can't even afford basic things. So it's really, really sad, and it's making the economy to really get more crazier. Hello, are
Wow.
you there?
Yeah, yes. Sorry. Can you? So I noticed a statement that you made how you said it's making things even more crazier. So, one of the things that I do want to just clarify more so, as we are talking about America versus Nigeria economy, how is it affecting the younger generation? So, I would say this episode we're going to take a quick deep dive into the economic realities that are facing young people in both Nigeria and America. And the things that both are facing is rising cost of living, unemployment, and entrepreneurship. There's a lot of student debt, inflation, and just we want to ask the hard questions. Why are so many young Nigerians looking for opportunities abroad? Why is that?
Okay, thank you very much. A lot of Nigerians are leaving their country to look at opportunity in abroad because there are no opportunity in the countries, and even when they have skills that they can offer to the society, it's like there are a lot of limitation to it. When you have a lot of people who do the same thing and that thing is not really valued, when you work and they pay you less than $30, let me say they pay you on less than $100 or $50 or $70 in a month, and you have to pay your rent, you have to feed yourself and all that in a whole month. $70, just imagine that. And they look at it like, how long am I going to really make it, with this amount that is being paid? Because it's just like they're working for free. These people are going to eat. You get? So, and these are one of the major reasons why they are leaving the country to somewhere else, where at least, not because Nigerians are not leaving the country because they want to be billionaires or stuff like that. They just want to have a good life, a simple life, a life whereby there will be security. When their life is at stake, they can easily call the policemen, and the policemen will come. So these are all the things that makes Nigerians to travel abroad, to go and look for a better way to, better place to live and live as human. To enjoy life. Did you get me? So
Oh,
I have
sorry
more to
about that.
say, but
Sorry.
mm,
Yeah, sorry
yeah,
about
I
that. I
have more
didn't
to
realize.
say. Oh, okay. I have more to say, but because of our time, I'm trying to cut things short. Because if I had to keep mentioning things, it's going to be a lot. But I'm just trying to cut things short. So, in case of for the viewers who are listening to us, who are watching, I am not going there. I'm not diving into a lot of things because of the time.
Yes, but yes. So, why are many young Americans struggling despite living in one of the world's largest economies? And wow, one of the things that I would say is uh, of young people over here, they what happened is okay, I'm sorry about that. One of the things is a lot of young people, they go off to college and they get degrees that are not going to be useful for them. And now they have debt. They have student loans that they have to pay back. And so they're not able to get the higher paying jobs because of maybe a useless degree. So now they're having to work two and three jobs to just make it. Yes, they may have the jobs like, well, they're working two or three jobs, but the prices, so it's kind of the same similar thing. They're working, but all their money is going toward rent, food, transportation, insurance, I mean, you name it. And so that is one of the things, that is the situation right there. And so that is a good question. Why are so many young Americans struggling despite living in one of the world's largest economies? exactly. A lot of our, a lot of the people over here, they are involved and have gotten into drugs and other things that is destroying their lives, and that's one of them. So it's really interesting because you have people who are abroad who are selling and doing everything they can to get over here. And then you have the ones over here who are struggling despite living in one of the largest economies. I also think there's a deeper thing that's going on because this generation, they don't want, a lot of them don't want to work really, even in an economy of such over here. They feel it, some feel entitled, and they look at people who have worked hard to get what they want, to get what they have, and they want to get it quick. They want to get it quick, they want to skip the steps, and that's another thing. So, what do you think the future holds for the next generation in both countries? But I think what I want to go to really quick is this. If you were 25 years old today, would you rather start your future in Nigeria or America, and why?
If I'm 25 years, I'd rather start my life, I would rather start in America than starting in Nigeria. I'm not saying Nigeria is, I mean, I'm not saying Nigeria, but the way the economy is and um, the way the government has actually neglected the youth, I would say I'd rather live in a country that gives me all the things that I want. And if I'm lazy, then it is up to me. It is left for me if I'm lazy. You know, a country, I rather stay in a country whereby I have my electricity, there are good roads. If I fall sick, I can, have, I can get emergency care and all that. So I rather have a country whereby if I lend my voice, the government can easily hear my voice and, act accordingly than living in a country whereby I'm scared of insecurity. You know, that I'm scared of, if I'm walking, the lights might just go off. I'm scared of, country whereby if I retire, there is no pension for me. My pension might not come. So I rather start my 25 years in America than, in Nigeria,
Hmm, that
honestly.
was a good, yes, yes. Thank you for that. I know that that was a honest question, heart response that you gave. Are young people, would you say young people are struggling today because of the economy or because expectations have changed?
Yeah,
Like,
I can see expectations have changed, but at the same time, the inflation is rising so fast, and is affecting the population because we are having more population every day, and it's actually affecting the people, the younger ones, like the cost of living, foods to eat, no adequate security, no good medical health, medical, and this whole thing is affecting the people. You get this whole thing is affecting the people, so that's all I can say.
you know, hmm, now when I think about with social media, and especially a lot of this happened during COVID, but there are people now, I think because of the social media and how you can make money off of social media, you don't even have to actually go out and work a manual job. you can just go behind your computer screen or your phone and make content. And and so I see how it's good and it's bad, because now you have a generation of people that they just want to make content. They don't want to, and it's a legitimate thing. I'm not saying it's not work, but a lot of other things of like working with your hands and doing different other types of things are going um unat uh they're going wasting along the wayside. And so I think that there is, and I mean, it takes time to build wealth. It doesn't just happen overnight. And this is the generation that they don't want to build, they want it quick. Um, what is the biggest obstacle? This is the last question. What is the biggest obstacle facing the younger generation in your country? Is it lack of jobs, high costs, poor leadership, or something else?
I'll say when you say lack of job, I mean leadership are the one who is to be blamed for that, and they need to. There is the leadership. When there is leadership, there will be job. So I blame it all on the leaders. So it
Okay.
is lack of leadership.
Okay. Well, I would say over here, it's not a matter of lack of jobs, because there are plenty of jobs. I think over here, there is being raised a generation of children, I mean, of individuals that they just don't want to work. There, a lot of them are just, they want it quick. They are not learning the value of saving and learning how to invest. They just like, they just want it quick. And so they don't want to work. If they have to work a McDonald's job or something like that, they don't see the value of, okay, I need to work hard so that I can make myself more employable, um and and whatnot. They just, they want to take the easy route. And so I think that that is something that sometimes you can have too much of a good thing and it can end up being something else. So I do think that the next generation have, well, one thought is, do you think the next generation will have a better life than their parents, or a harder one?
Well, I don't even see the next generation with the way this generation, because this is the generation that birthed the next generation. And if this generation and even the generation before this generation are not living, because I'm not a Gen Z, right? But I should have brothers. I have brothers and siblings who should be who are Gen Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Gen generation are the new generation, and the millennials are even going, millennials are now 50 years old, 40, 45, and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
the millennials are even now 40 something years old now and above. So the Gen Z generation are the one in their 20s, 18s, and all that. So we, if they are not getting it right and things are not being good for them, how would the next generation be? Because it's already, if it's worse for them, it's gonna be, if it's bad for them, it's gonna be worse for the next generation.
Mm.
You
Well,
know?
I think that when I think about that question, I think as far as I'll say Nigeria, I think the next generation will have a better life than their parents because you all know how hard it is. You know how hard the struggle has been. So you're working very hard to not try to make some of the same. I don't want to say mistakes because I didn't grow up over there. So I don't really know like the decisions that African Nigerian parents had to make. But I think that this newer generation, that they are like this current generation now, that they are being a little more wiser. What do I mean by that? They're not like going out having a whole bunch of kids. Children are a blessing, but where their parents had so many children, the generation now is like, one or two, I'm good. They're like one or two, they're good because they are like, I don't want to raise my child up in poverty. I don't want to raise my child up where just the basic of stuff is what it is. Some are even, like you mentioned earlier, they're going abroad. They're going as far as saying they don't even want to raise their children in the continent. Not that they don't want them to know their heritage or be raised up in their culture, but they are like they don't even want to raise their children up in the country. They would rather find a community and do it outside of the country because the truth of the matter is when you are in poverty and living in poverty, and especially in these times and days, it can really drive an individual to end up going into crime. And I'm not making it as an excuse, but it can happen. Like over here, it can drive people to start selling drugs and doing things of that nature. And I don't know. I'm not for sure what all happens over there, but it can really drive these individuals into doing some things is that can and will destroy their lives. So that is my take. I think that your next generation, I think, will be better. Over here, I don't really know what to say because so much is just happening. Our school systems are not as how it should be. So you are graduating individuals who don't know how to really read and write, and and then with all the other things that is going on, the family unit broken, it's just so much. And so over here, I don't know so much, but over there, I think people are making some different choices than their parents so that they can be able to give their child or children a better life. Hello, JP?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all
here.
I have. Yes, that's all I wanted to
Oh,
say.
okay.
Yes, would you like
Oh,
to have
that,
any closing words?
oh, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and please remember to like, share. Nope, sorry. I'm trying to find what's it say. Um, well, there we go. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel Across the Waters. And please leave a comment in the comment section, and we will definitely respond. So until next time, take care, everybody. Bye.